You ever open your kid's backpack after a hike, only to find 3 pine cones, 1 sock, and something that used to be a granola bar? Today, we fix that. I'm gonna show you how to have a 7-year-old pack a dialed-in day hike backpack without hauling the entire garage. And I'm gonna talk about why they don't need the full 10 essentials just yet, and exactly which essentials they do need in their backpack. Hey y'all, this is Dad Camps, and I help dads get outside with their kids without losing their minds. And a quick thank you to White Duck Outdoors for sponsoring this video, and I'm excited to share more about them in a few minutes. Okay, so a few things I'm gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about the SWISH system, which is my way of remembering what 5 essentials need to be in their pack. And then I've got a few kid-friendly extra tips and strategies for you at the end, as well as what you need to be carrying in your pack. You want to make sure not to overload their pack. A 7-year-old could carry about 10 to 15% of their body weight. So make sure you do the math on that. And I'm making this video around the idea of a 7-year-old, but a lot of this information and techniques can be true for anywhere from 5 to a 9-year-old. And the 10% weight rule is true most of the way through childhood. And this pack, this is my go-to kid hiking backpack. This is the Tarn series from REI. This one is the Tarn 12, and I have several of them in the series, but for ages 7 and younger, this Tarn 12 pack is definitely like a great size and a great choice for that age range. I'm gonna go into some of the details about the pack, about why I like it. So first of all, it's pretty rugged. I've used this thing for a number of years for multiple kids. It's got a 12-liter capacity, hence the Tarn 12 name. It also only weighs 12 ounces, less than a pound factored in on that, 10 to 15% weight limit. The shoulder pads are super cushy as well, an airflow vent down the middle of the pack. My kids have all loved carrying this thing. Spoiler alert, one of the essentials you need to carry is already included in the pack. Got a nice little whistle right on the sternum strap buckle there. Let's try that puppy out. Oh, geez Louise. Features outside the pack, nice mesh side pockets. We've got a large outside pocket inside the backpack. We got one main chamber, small zipper pouch on the outside as well. So two zipper pouches there. And then in the main compartment, one of my favorite features about this pack is it is hydration bladder compatible. And then at the top there is a nice little handle, carrying handle. If you've got a larger 7-year-old or a kid who is older than that, maybe 8, 9, 10, then you want to think about upgrading to the Tarn 18, which should be the next step up in size. Same pack, just larger volume. I'll put an affiliate link to these in the description if you're interested in checking it out, or by supporting the channel by purchasing through those links. Why then, that would be much appreciated. All right, so what goes in the pack? Why does a kid need any of the essentials, first of all? And why do they not need all 10 of them? I think it's important to carry the 10 essentials with you at all times when you're going out on a hike, especially if you're going with kids. But you should be the one carrying the whole set of 10. The Cub Scouts teach 6 essentials for Cub Scouts to be carrying at this age. I think you can boil it down to 5 essentials that your kid needs to be carrying in their backpack. And that's where SWISH comes in. It's just an acronym to help you build healthy hiking habits with your kid, teach them what they need to be bringing without turning their pack into a burden. All right, so let's break down SWISH. The first S in SWISH is sun protection. Help your kid to start thinking ahead. What do they need to have in order to feel and be protected from the sun? Like, do they need to be bringing a hat? What kind of hat? Do they want to wear sunglasses? Do they need sunscreen or a sunscreen stick for their nose? But it gets them thinking about the things that they're going to want when they're out there. Like if they want that favorite hat. Helps them to think of it and pack it ahead of time. Okay, number 2, the W stands for whistle. Already covered that on the Tarn backpack. You got that covered. But if your backpack doesn't come with a built-in whistle, always make sure that your kid has a whistle in their pack and they know about it and they know how to use it as well. You got to teach them that 3 quick blasts means I need help. That's the international call for distress, SOS. So that way, if they get separated from you or you were to get injured or something like that, they know that they can call for help using that whistle. Practice this at home so that they know where their whistle is and how to use it, and they can call for help if need be. Don't practice this in the woods because you don't want to sound like you're calling for help while you're out in the woods. You want to teach them that the whistle is for safety purposes, for rescue if needed. All right, so the I in SWISH stands for illumination. So I think it's important to have a headlamp or a small flashlight in your kid's backpack. Helps them to think about this at a time too, to make sure that they know that they have one in their backpack if they need it. It's always important to bring a flashlight with you when you're going hiking, because you just never know, you know, if things are not going to go as planned and you end up having to stay out longer than intended and you start losing light. I prefer a headlamp. I'll put a link in the description. I have a cheap little Amazon headlamp that's super light with shock bungee cords that I like throwing in my kids' packs, and it's cheap and lightweight. I'll put the link in the description. All right, the second S in SWISH stands for snacks. Talk about this ahead of time with them. Get them to carry snacks that they are excited about eating. No, I'm not talking about Skittles and Starbursts. Those can be good for what I call the trail treats system, but those need to be administered and doled out by you. What you want them carrying is healthy snacks, but things that they're excited to eat, you know, things like meat sticks or, you know, chocolate Z-bars or whatever it is that your kid wants to eat. Have something in there that they want to have so that they have good energy to keep on hiking. You know, have that summit or that viewpoint reward snack, the one thing that they're excited to have, that, you know, kind of chocolate treat or whatever it is, something that they can look forward to having as a reward when you get to where you're going. All right, and the H in SWISH stands for hydration. And I mentioned the bladder pouch earlier in the Tarn. I am a huge fan of using hydration bladders for kids. And here's why. Number one, they drink more. When they've got the water right there on their shoulder, they're gonna keep on drinking as they're hiking, which is a good thing. You want them drinking as much as possible. They think that sipping off of the hydration bladder is fun and it makes it feel cool that they have this cool gear on their back. They tend to like sipping off of the hose and all that stuff. So it makes it more fun, which makes them more hydrated, which makes everything go better. It means fewer breaks are necessary. They'll drink more water if they don't have to like stop every half a mile or whatever the distance is to take off their pack to get their water bottle out. They're gonna drink as you go. You keep that momentum rolling down the trail. It also helps with balancing the weight. You always wanna pack the heaviest items in your backpack closest to your back. Works really well. If they carry a water bottle, it tends to hang off the side of one side of the backpack. You know, then it makes it all whopper-jawed, makes it harder to carry. For this age range, I definitely recommend trying to dial in this gear for them as well. You don't need a 3-liter pouch in their backpack. If a 3 liters all you have, that's fine. You can use that, but definitely don't fill that up all the way because that's going to be heavy. That's probably going to be the max amount of weight that they can carry already for that 10 to 15%. 1 to 1.5 liters, you know, maybe with a possibility of being able to refill it, you know, bring a filter with you on the trail if you need to, or you carry additional water in your pack that you can fill their bladder back up with, but that's probably the max that you would want them carrying at this age. So if you can find one that's 1 to 1.5 liters, fits in that bag nice. And also, pro tip, clip the tube and make it shorter, because you don't need the giant tube that's going to be flopping around and getting in the way. Get it just so that it fits them perfectly. You just clip the tube and then you can take the mouthpiece off and, you know, insert it on the shorter piece. Okay, so that's the SWISH. The reason I think those need to be in your kid's pack is just so that if they were to get lost or separated from you or something like that, those are the things that they need in order to try to get help or to be okay for a little while until help arrives. Those are the things that they're going to be able to leverage, the core things that they need. The other 5 essentials that you need to be packing in your pack are, and I'll go through each one, but those are navigation, insulation, fire, shelter, and first aid. So navigation, that's something that you can start to teach kids about at this age and let them have a compass, but that's not something that is essential to be in their pack because they're not going to actually be able to leverage that. They don't have the skills yet to actually like find their way out using a compass. But obviously, you know, you need to have navigation on your phone or a compass with you, obviously, in case you get lost. Insulation, that's something you could argue that they should have in their pack, depending on the situation. If it's super cold outside, you probably want to make sure that they have an extra layer in their backpack, just in case they got separated from you and they were to need it. But otherwise, probably something that you can bring as a just in case in your pack for them. And you could carry that bulk and weight in your bigger backpack. Fire, some way of having a lighter or a fire starter, especially in colder weather, but it's an essential even in warm weather because you never know what's going to happen if someone falls into cold water or, you know, is at risk of hypothermia. Things like that. Obviously something that you need to be teaching your kids about, but not necessarily trusting for them to carry in their own backpack. I always think it's a great idea to have an emergency tarp at the very least. One of those silver emergency tarps. They're super lightweight. Throw it in your pack. Also, something fun to do with your kid is to actually teach them how to build an emergency shelter using one of those. Something fun to do while you're out on a hike with them. And then a first aid kit. This is the one that the scouts teach should be in the kids' backpack as well. And I think it's Definitely a fun option. I don't think it's essential because it's something that they're typically not going to know how to use, anything kind of beyond a Band-Aid. And if it's something that really just needs a Band-Aid, probably not an essential first aid item for a kid only to have, but you should have a legit first aid kit in your backpack as well. And again, be teaching them how to use it, what it is you're carrying and why. But like I said, if the kid wants to have one, you know, we have some fun little ones that are like giveaway first aid kits that you get at the fair or whatever. And our kids love having them in their backpack because it makes them feel special. It makes them feel like they have cool gear that they're kind of owning and having, you know, being self-sufficient. And now before I get to what are the fun bonus items that you can help your child pack, I want to talk about today's sponsor, White Duck Outdoors. They make robust, reliable canvas tents made out of a proprietary Dynaduck fabric. And if you're planning to go out camping with kids, it's important, especially early on, to make sure that they're comfortable and that they're having a good time, to make sure that they have fun so that they want to keep coming back for more. And if you've ever spent a night out in the woods, you know that your tent can make or break the trip. You know, those discount pop-up tents are fine if the weather is perfect. But if you've ever had to actually weather a storm in one of those, you know that it is uncomfortable and unnerving. And White Duck makes tents that feel like a cabin in the forest. They're rugged, spacious, and built to last. You guys, I just got their Avalon Bell tent delivered, and I'm so excited about it because here's the thing, it's not just a tent, it's a base camp. It's tall enough to stand in, even for me at 6'2", roomy enough for my whole crew of 5. It's a waterproof canvas. What I love most about these tents is that they're designed for families and large groups who want to make camping a regular tradition in their lives. You can pile in the kids, you can set up cots, you can even run a wood stove in it in colder months. So whether you're planning a weekend getaway, a backyard camp out, or a serious adventure base, you got to check out White Duck Outdoors. They've got everything from bell tents to wall tents and tons of gear to go with it. Hit that link in the description to check out their full lineup. Seriously, if you're ready to level up your camping setup, White Duck Outdoors has you covered. Thanks again to White Duck for supporting this channel and for making it easier for families like ours and yours to get outside together. Okay, so those are the essentials, but what are some other fun things that you can or should be teaching your kid to have in their backpack? I have some ideas for you. First off, we got like skill building ideas. You could give them some paracord, like, you know, just a few feet of paracord and maybe a knot tying card. And while you're out hiking, practice a knot. Teach one knot to them. Show them how you use it and what you use it for. You could put a basic compass in there so that they could actually use that while they're out hiking, and they could like learn to read which way the red goes and understand which way is north, and they could check it along the way on the hike. You could start to teach some basic navigational skills. You could give them a SWISH checklist in their backpack. Make sure that they are getting the 5 essentials in there. You know, leave it to them to actually like check it off the list to make sure that they have all 5 essentials of the SWISH covered. Okay, you could bring some stewardship / hygiene items. I'm a huge proponent of teaching your kids leave no trace. So you could have them bring a trash bag or maybe some latex gloves in their backpack. So if you did come across some trash out there, you're prepared to clean that up and pack that out in a safe and clean way. You could also pack some hand sanitizer and maybe a poop kit. Definitely something that you don't need to have in their pack, but I think that's a good thing to bring with kids because you never know when the mood's going to strike, and they have a lot less control of being able to wait until you get back to the trailhead. So having something to be able to dig a proper cat hole, having some wipes or hand sanitizer can come in super clutch if you need it. Trust me. And I mentioned wipes. If you're going to bring wipes, definitely make sure you're bringing the flushable, biodegradable type of wipes. Otherwise, just bring regular toilet paper that can break down naturally, that you can bury in a cat hole. If that's allowed in your area, make sure to check the regulations. And then there's some comfort or companion type items. Encourage them to bring like a small stuffy, especially one that they like have fun with or that they kind of can see as their like adventure buddy. Definitely don't bring the precious bedtime stuffy. There's definitely one that they'll want to bring, but you gotta make sure you coach them against that because, you know, you lose that one out on the trail and you know everybody's in for a rough night. Another fun item that we've liked to bring sometimes is a bandana. Can come in handy in a lot of ways. You can make some shade with it on your head. It could be a sweatband, it could be a buff around your neck, it could be a superhero cape. It's very versatile. And again, kids kind of get into having it and getting to use it for different purposes. Fits into the sun protection element of SWISH as well. An inflatable or foam sit pad that's definitely been a big winner. A lot of times I like bringing a full chair for myself, but for younger kids around 7 or so, I like bringing one of those climate inflatable sit pads, and they're super ultra lightweight. I'll put the link in the description. And that's another one that they like having when you get to your lunch break spot or whatever, and they pull out their little sit pad, blow it up, makes them feel super autonomous and self-sufficient. One tip I got from a comment on the channel recently was to actually bring Lego figurines and to bring them out and let the kids set them up to take pictures with. So you could do it with your phone, or if you have a digital camera that you want to let your kid use. But I thought that was a pretty fun idea to go out there and actually like create little mini scenes with a few Lego figurines, something to help them explore and to be excited about being out there. You could have some explorer type tools, like bringing a small magnifying glass. Always fun to get out there and like explore, you know, all the little creepy crawlies and plants and whatnot up close with a magnifying glass. Similar vein, bringing some kid binoculars or a monocular, super lightweight, and they're great for bird watching. Kids love spotting birds, but I definitely recommend bringing some kid friendly ones. You might want to bring some good ones in your pack, but if they want to bring it in their pack, you know, get the super cheap plastic ones for them to use. You know they're going to be taking their backpack off and throwing it or whatever. Another super fun one is a lightweight foldable bug jar. I'll put the link in the description if you've never seen one of those. That's something that's cool that you can put in their backpack. My son loves finding lizards and bugs and whatnot, butterflies, and he's very careful with them, but he wants to, you know, look at them and be able to kind of like see them up close. So this is a great way to be able to catch something like a frog, put it into the foldable bug jar that you could take a look at it, you could learn about it, see it up close, and then release them back unharmed. Another thing you could have is a pocket field guide. I'll put some links to what I'm talking about in the description as well, but you know, find something that's specific to your area that can help with identifying plants, wildlife, tracks that you might come across in your neck of the woods. And lastly, my family loves to go geocaching. I've made a whole nother couple of videos on these. If you want to check those out, I'll link them. But something that you might want to have them pack in their pack is some swag to trade when you find that geocache. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go check it out. Highly recommend it. This is one of the most motivating things I've found for kids to want to go hiking, is to get to go on these treasure hunts. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, and one more big tip for hiking with 7-year-olds. It's not necessarily something that goes in their pack. I highly recommend bringing hiking sticks. Kids and hiking sticks, it equals instant excitement and energy and a desire to hit the trail for about 20 minutes. And then they're gonna hand it back to you. So what I recommend is to bring one hiking stick for each of you. Let them use one and bring one that's adjustable that you can get to be short enough for them, and so that they can use it and they can feel like dad. You both have your own hiking stick, and then when they hand it back to you, you can readjust it back to your height and then just use both, or stick it in your pack if you prefer. I feel like it just really helps them with motivation, obviously with stability on rocky terrain, but it also helps with a steady walking rhythm and can be really beneficial for helping them get up steep terrain. It doesn't have to be a fancy adjustable hiking stick. You could just find a stick in the woods. Those work great as well. But I found that the cool gear factor, like I've mentioned, really helps with kids 7 and younger when you actually give them their own legit hiking stick. A couple of safety considerations. I would recommend not using the wrist strap with kids, just because they tend to get themselves into more situations where they're tripping and falling, and it could get in the way, and you want to be able to just let them be able to drop it if they need to. Also, keeping the rubber tip. Most hiking poles come with a little rubber tip attachment option. Definitely recommend keeping that on for kids, because the sharp pointed poles often tend to become swords and daggers and whatnot. So just to recap, for a 7-year-old pack, remember the SWISH system: sun, whistle, illumination, snacks, and hydration. Teach them about those so that they remember them. You carry the other 5 essentials. Start to teach them why you're carrying those and what those are for and how to use them. But keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it moving. The whole idea is that your kid learns to love hiking now, and then it'll grow into bigger skills later. So I hope this helped. If it did, please hit that like button and leave a comment, anything that you think are must-have kid backpack items that I didn't cover here. And if you want to check out those geocaching videos, like I mentioned, you can check out the playlist here. Thanks for watching. Get out there, pack that backpack, and hit the trail.